And we're continuing our series about the Lord's Prayer called Teach Us to Pray, where we walk through phrase by phrase the Lord's Prayer, this prayer that Jesus modeled for us as he's teaching about how to talk to your Father in heaven. And I remember growing up, I went to a church that said the Lord's Prayer every week. We would say it every week. And as a kid, saying it every week, my biggest concern was, are we going to say sins this morning? Are we going to say trespasses? Are we going to say debts this morning? Because I don't want to be the one that's off when we get to that part of the Lord's Prayer and somebody wants to throw a curveball on me. You know, like I don't want to say sins when we're saying debts this morning. And that's about all the consideration I gave it. And we'd say it every week over and over again. And I never really understood what it was that we were talking about. And then I grew up, and I started to think about the Lord's Prayer, and I started going to a church that didn't say it so often, and so I got some distance between that weekly repetition and the actual meaning of the words. As we look at this prayer, it's this unbelievable framework that Jesus gives us, not only on how we should organize our prayers, but how we should position our relationship with God. God in heaven, your name is great. I want to live in line with your will. Provide for me today. Forgive me as I forgive those around me. Don't let me go astray. Yours be the kingdom forever. It's this incredible thing, but because it's so easy to memorize, you can say these words and it can just end up kind of empty. It can just be something that you recite without thinking about it. And so every week during this series, we are going to say these words together. But we're going to say them slow, and I want to encourage you to think about what you're saying and wonder to yourself, do I believe this to be true? Because if I believe these things to be true, it could change the whole way that I live my life. These simple words, these simple phrases can reprioritize your life's goal. So, as we recite this, would you stand with me and we'll pray this prayer to get started this morning. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we have also forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.